So many of us, especially in the faith community, have felt that gap between a divine inspiration and, actually getting it done. You feel this powerful sense of purpose, a message you just have to share. But turning that idea into something real, that's the challenge. So today, we're going to dive into a system designed to bridge that very gap, ChristianWriter.ai, and see how it helps turn that inspiration into real-world impact.
And it all starts with this really powerful idea. See, the problem for most people isn't a lack of purpose, not at all. We often have a message, a testimony, an insight we feel called to share. The struggle isn't the what, it's the how. It's the lack of a system. And that brings us to what's often called the writer's dilemma. It's this frustrating reality of where these amazing, God-given ideas tend to get stuck before they ever see the light of day.
Does this sound familiar? That incredible message. Where is it right now? Is it just swirling around in your head? Maybe it's scattered across a dozen little entries in your notes app. Or maybe it's in a few unfinished drafts, or sitting in that folder on your computer ominously labeled book ideas.
And that is the exact problem. That specific roadblock that ChristianWriter.ai was built to completely change.
Okay, so how does it actually do that? Well, it's all about giving you a system for creation. It's a way to take that core message of yours and give it the structure it needs to not just survive, but to really thrive.
So what is it exactly? Think of ChristianWriter.ai as a premium, faith-driven writing and content platform built for serious Christian creators. We're talking about authors, leaders, entrepreneurs, even parents and mentors. Basically, it's for people who have something of substance to say and are ready to do the work to say it well. Whether that's a book, a devotional, a workbook, or even a full-blown course. And the process itself is actually super straightforward. First, you just bring all your raw material, your notes, your outlines, even those voice memos you recorded in the car. Then, the system helps you structure and organize all those scattered thoughts into something that's actually publish-ready. But here's the really crucial part. It's all about protecting your unique voice so the final content sounds like you, not like some generic robot.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about writing one book and being done. The whole idea is to help you build an entire content ecosystem that goes way beyond a single project.
They call this the impact ladder, and it's a total game changer. So that one book you write, it can become a devotional, and then that devotional can turn into a guided journal. That journal can evolve into a workbook, which then becomes a small group study guide. And finally, you can expand that into a full course. It's a whole chain of resources, all built from one single powerful idea. And listen, it doesn't even stop with the big stuff. That same core message can be sliced and diced into social media posts, email newsletters, and teaching notes. And what does this do? It keeps your message out there, constantly engaging people, not just when you feel a burst of inspiration. That consistency is so often the missing piece. You see, a finished book is an amazing goal, but the real impact goes so much deeper. It's about understanding that writing is influence, writing is discipleship, and writing is legacy. When your message is structured, it can be taught. When it's clear, it can be applied. And when it's delivered consistently, its reach can truly scale. Okay, but let's talk about something really important for any faith-based creator, integrity. When we start using these modern tools, how do we make sure we're staying theologically sound? That brings us to what the platform calls its theological anchor. With all the AI tools out there, a lot of them just scrape the random internet. You have no idea where the information is coming from, and that's risky. The Theological Scholar Suite inside ChristianWriter.ai is completely different. It isn't pulling from who knows where, it's anchored to a hand-picked library of reliable, verified theological sources. This is all about ensuring responsible biblical integration and deep theological substance, not just shallow inspiration. And this is a huge deal, right? Because for Christian writers, your words aren't just words. They carry weight. They have the power to shape minds, to influence families, and to impact our culture. All right, let's get practical. We've talked about the what and the why. So let's look at the actual payoff, how we get from that spark of an idea to a tangible impact. Let me ask you a question, and be honest. Why do most writers really quit? It's usually not because they stop believing in their idea. They quit because the process itself just gets overwhelming. You don't know what goes where, right? Or how to structure the chapters. You struggle to keep the tone consistent, and ultimately you just don't know how to finish. The whole point of a system like this is to cut through that overwhelm and give you a clear path forward. So yeah, it's a subscription. but it's framed as something totally different, an ROI engine. That means it's not just a cost, it's an investment designed to give you a real return on your time, your energy, and your resources. Think about it like this. One finished product creates this massive ripple effect. That single book can generate ongoing income for your family or ministry. A devotional can lead to daily engagement with your audience. And a course, that can be sold over and over again, scaling your reach in ways you couldn't before without having to start from scratch every time.
Just think, for years, how many believers have had these incredible ideas? Ideas that could have reached and impacted thousands of people, but the content never got finished, it never got refined, and it never got released.
And that brings us to the core message here, which is a powerful call to action. Stop sitting on your assignment.
The whole point is to empower you to produce with excellence, to write with real clarity, and to build resources that actually last. It's for those of us who want our work to be faith-driven, well-structured, and ready for the world. Because, and this is the thought I want to leave you with, your message, it was never meant to stay trapped in your notes. It was meant to live, to multiply, and to reach the very people it was assigned to.
And with that, let's dive in. You're about to see a live demonstration where you can experience ChristianWriter.ai for yourself in real time.